Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition, The Shadows of Arm. And when last we left off, Terri Coleman is surrounded by some unlikely allies. Chihira, who claims that she's been with us for a very long time adventuring. This is not true. Imoen, who says much the same thing. That is also not true. And Minsc, who claims that as well. And we killed him when he tried to kill us, and then we killed the person that he was sworn to defend. Let's not mention that to him. He might get angry and try to kill us again. We have turned off the AI of all of the people, including Terri, because Terri has AI as well, and she's quite likely to use her various Baal spawn powers if I leave her to her own devices. They are pretty useful. We have Larloc's Minor Drain, we have Horror, we have 1 Slow Poison, and 2 Draw Upon Holy Might. They're all pretty useful.
Yeah.
Let's move forward and try and find our way out of here, and find our first puzzle. The bodies of several black-hooded thieves litter the hallway, slaughtered by a massive release of magical energy. From the distant explosions that you can still hear, it seems as if whatever battle killed these men still rages. The puzzle is this thing here, a lightning-based trap that will summon enemies until we turn it off. Fortunately, Imoen can deal with it without putting us in any danger, provided that she can hide in the shadows successfully. She's currently not hiding in the shadows very successfully.
This place is just too darn creepy. I really want out of here.
We're working to get out of here, don't worry. As soon as you manage to hide in the shadows, to be fair, there aren't really any shadows here, but you'll manage it.
Now you see.
There we go.
Now you don't.
Let's go into this room. The machine in the center of the room looks dangerous. Perhaps there's some sort of control device that will allow you to turn it off. How about this thing here? There are 2 bodies to tell you that, hey, there's a switch here that you might want to have a look at. The machine has stopped. We gained 2,000 experience. We're now going to move forward and take care of the method.
Very well.
Now, we may not have all of the magical equipment that we had before, but remember that Terri Coleman has 19 strength, and that means that she can pack a wallop, 18 points of damage with that two-handed sword. She could probably deal over 20 damage if she was fortunate. Let's keep moving further in. What were these people doing here? Were they trying to kill us? Were they trying to kill our captor? We don't know. We can only guess that they're after our captor because our captor is trying to fight them. Then again, if they're intruders, our captor will try and fight them anyway. This room I do remember. This room is dominated by mineral deposits and crystals. It seems to be a natural cavern that this strange prison has been built around. The air holds an aura of power, and several pools with swirling lights grace the edge of the rough cavern. There are no enemies in here, or so you think. Let's move forward. Hello. Terri Coleman, welcome. You have escaped somewhat later than I had hoped. I am Attica. You have my welcome to my little piece of this place. I do so try to keep it more appealing than the rest. I have escaped. I now wonder what part you had in my capture. Worry not, Terri Coleman. I did so enjoy your blundering about Baldur's Gate. I did not wish to see you captured. If you are not my captor, then what do you want from me? Can you assist me? Such assistance as you will get from me depends on yourself. Are you prepared to answer a question? To what end? Why do you need to ask me a question? I suffer a terrible curiosity. I see paths that branch in 1,000 directions, and each 1,000 again. But for all I see, Terri Coleman remains a mystery. That rhymed. Yes, it did. Clever, huh? All I wish is a single answer. Tip the scales this once for me, and I shall tip them to you in return. Shall you answer me, or shall you strike out on your own? I will answer your question, if it will lead to your making sense. Then here is my hypothetical question. You and your sibling are captured and locked in separate cells, unable to communicate. The mage responsible appears and speaks. He explains his sadistic game. In each cell there is a magical button. If you press your button and your sibling does not, you will die, but your sibling is free. If your sibling presses the button and you do not, they will die, but you will go free. If neither you nor your sibling press the buttons, both of you will die. If both of you press your respective buttons, both of you will die. The mage says that you have 1 turn of the hourglass to decide your action. He then leaves. This is silly. Buttons are not how one escapes dungeons. I would smash the button and rain beatings liberally down on the wizard for playing such a trick. Verily, of that I have no doubt, Minsc. But the question is hypothetical, and requires an answer born of the wisdom of Terri Coleman, not your impatience. Tell me, Terri Coleman, do you press the button? If you say you'll press the button, you will fight a more difficult encounter than if you say you won't. And I don't know what happens if you say that you don't know, but I know what Terri would say. I will press the button. Interesting. No action can be performed without consequences, especially that which follows the noble path. Deal with this, noble one. Here is an ogre mage. Ogre mages would have been a substantial challenge in the early parts of Baldur's Gate. This is Baldur's Gate 2, however. We have a lot of heavy hitters, and Magic Missile will probably take off half of this opponent's health. We have combat. It's not that dangerous considering how much damage that we can deal. The Ogre Mage is running. You will not run for long. Don't run too far though, otherwise you will run into another encounter. And you're going to stay there, which is good. And now you're dead. Excellent. Well done. It appears you can deal with the consequences of your actions. In return for your indulgence, I offer advice. Seek out Raylev. He waits for such as you. Offer him the release that he craves, and you shall find that the focus of your journey shall soon become apparent. Farewell. We got a hint, which is always good. We also want to get some items.
Where Minsc goes, evil stands aside.
20 whole gold? We're rich beyond our wildest dreams. We're going to find an even more dangerous encounter pretty soon. We fought an ogre mage, but can we survive the wrath of goblins? There are goblins here. Goblins would have been a threat at first or second level. The only reason they even pose any threat is because we have very poor equipment. Even with that, we can one-hit the goblins. We can also gib the goblins as well. Remember that we are ridiculously strong for a human. And just like that, this encounter is pretty much over. One of them managed to hit Terri, but not for very much damage. So we'll go and grab the various goodies. There are axes here. We don't want to carry the axes. The axes really aren't worth having around. And any other things? There are the bows. The bows are things that we do want. And arrows stack a lot more than they used to. We can stack up arrows substantially. We have here a composite bow, I believe, and a short bow. No, they're just short bows. That's, I thought they might have been composite, but then again, these are goblins. They probably can't carry a composite bow. There we go. You can have this at some point if we find another two-handed sword. Let's go over here. Now, I believe up here is an encounter we will eventually have to deal with, and we definitely want to switch to our sword. We want to go in here first, though. There are goodies in here for us to find. There are goodies pretty much everywhere here. That is a spell we want to resist. Unfortunately, we did. Hello! 28 damage. You are gone. There are things to find. There's that box to open. Let's move further in.
I know this room. I've been in here. We both have. There are things in these tanks. They used to be people.
Oh dear. Turns out this mage is far more sinister than we first thought. What kind of monster is this guy? Captures us easy as pie, kills whoever he wants. That could have been us in those glass things. We'll get him back, Imoen. We'll make him pay for all of this. We don't even know where we are, and my head is still doing funny things. He said something. Something about potential. He said something like releasing power within you so it could be used. But if it means taking part in horrible things, I don't like this place. Can we go? We will go soon enough, don't worry.
Ready and willing. Good to
Just
go.
rejoin the party there, and we'll have a look in this box. After we have a look for traps,
Right,
because there could be traps anywhere here.
Yes.
No trap that I can see. Good. Let's go and grab the one whole gold piece that was in there, and a short bow. Imoen could use the short bow, and actually it's not a bad idea that we give Imoen some arrows and a short bow to contribute to ranged combat without using spells. Not a bad plan. You can have that, and this. Marvellous. Let's move forward.
Nothing to it.
And there should be another foe. Yep, there's that foe.
Yes.
Pause and engage in combat!
Wow!
Dangerous combat! We took one whole cold damage there, and the Mephit is pretty much gone. We have, however, found a trap,
What you want?
which is good
All
because
right, all
that
right.
trap could have been nasty. Let's deal with the trap, and gain quite a lot of experience. And deal with its locked nature. There we go. What's in here that was worth it? A magical quarterstaff. We definitely want that. Jaheira could do with that. Having magic attacks with our weapons, very useful. Some enemies can't be hurt by non-magical weapons. Let's have a look at this. The fluid within this device churns and bubbles, though the tank itself is empty. Let's have a look in the barrel. In the barrel are some sling bullets. We haven't found a sling yet, so that's not really going to help us. This tube is unpowered and the creature within is dead. This creature is dead. Is this one dead? You are too far away to capture a glimpse of the tube's contents.
Yeah,
Let's go and have a look, shall we? What's the worst that could happen? The creature within this tube seems to be alive, albeit barely. The cells that power the tube are lifeless. You'll need to find newer power cells to revive the creature. We're gonna have to find a power cell so that we can talk to that creature. There's nothing... Ooh, there's something over here that we could use, maybe. Let's have a look. The creature within this tube seems alive. Ah, yes, we will need a power cell. If we find a power cell, we'll be sure to bring them here. Anything particular about this? Within the murky depths of this machine, you will see the lifeless remains of a strange creature consisting of a central orb and numerous eye stalks. It has been dead for some time. I am glad of that, because that is a beholder. What about here? We will need a power cell. Keep a note of that as we move on and head over here to something that we will want to deal with right now. My memory of this place is a lot more exact than other places in the game. I'm definitely not going to remember things a lot beyond this chapter.
Long time.
Here are some of the clay golems, but these are lesser clay golems. The golem stares straight ahead. It does not appear to see or hear you. You suspect that the golem is inactive. The golem will be active in a moment. We're going to attack the golem, because at a certain point these golems will become hostile. Dealing with them now will save us some effort later. And because these are lesser golems, we can deal with them using our weapons. That was quite a hit. We should definitely move you away. And then have you, take out that golem, and we gain a level. And Jaheira also gains a level. Let's level up now. We gained 14 health and an increase in our lore by 1, and a reduction in our Thaco by 1. Marvellous. What about Jaheira? Jaheira gained 4 hit points and a lore increase of 1 and an additional 3rd and 4th level spell. We're going to get another spell here. I think a neutralize poison might be useful. And we will get another cure moderate wounds. There we go.
I'm waiting.
Speaking of curing
I'm ready.
wounds, we're going to need that done now on Minsc. Now there is a sound I haven't heard in a long time. That healing sound is kind of burned into my memory. That's not bad. It'll do for now. Let's keep walking around and having a... Ooh, goblins! Watch out! We're in trouble. We're not really in trouble. These are only goblins after all. For that mage being so powerful, he really doesn't have that many really powerful minions. I believe that is a scroll that one of them dropped. And that is something useful. We're going to be holding on to our magical scrolls. Let's see what you have here. That is a scroll of Identify. We don't really need that right now. Another scroll of Identify. Well, if we need anything identifying, we can certainly do that. More gold, more arrows, that's what we want. We definitely want more arrows. Having more of them can't hurt. And our inventory is full. So, let's drop all of these axes. We don't need any of them. To be fair, we don't need most of these things, actually. You having that, though, probably won't hurt, just in case we need to deal with a opponent which is resistant to slashing weapons. And I think the rest of it is good. There we go.
Yes.
Let's keep going. We have this door we can go through. Going through this door might actually not be a bad idea. Ooh. Stuff. Any enemies? No.
Who be ye? Servants of the Master?
Let's have a conversation with Raylev. We were told to have a conversation with this person. By the gods, what happened to you, man?
I am dying, or dead. I remember not which. Where is the master?
Who is the master that you speak of?
He was my friend, I think. Cast out, and one of us no longer. I cannot remember. Are you to take my place?
Who are you?
It is difficult to remember. I was Raylev. Dead, I think.
Tell me, friend, do you know how to leave this place? How to escape?
Prisoners be ye? Truly I have been dead, but not dead too long. I seek release. I have been alone for too long. The Master can take nothing more. I am forgotten.
What do you mean by forgotten? Why are you in this jar?
I was a faithful hound to the Master, a friend even. I was dying or dead. I cannot remember which. Truly you are a stranger to this place. Eternal life was to be my reward for faithful service. The Master has suspended me until he can cure me, return my youth to me.
He has forgotten you then, hasn't he? But if you were a faithful servant, why?
I begin to understand. The Master has left my side for study of another. He seeks to awaken power, the study of life and death. But I cannot bear the roll of years. He has forgotten because he does not wish to remember what was taken. I barely remember myself.
Do you want me to give you release from this non-death?
Release? Yes. Master, I no longer wish to come back.
Let me slip into oblivion that has been denied me, please.
Calmly, my friend. How is it that I can help?
This unit that contained me is powered by cells, by crystals. Take them and I can sleep. Die. Again die at last. I know you are prisoners. Some things do not change. You must escape this place and the Master's experiments. There are others, like me, but of more recent experiments. They may know how the Master exits the complex. Will you take these cells to revive them and learn what you can, in return for this path to freedom I have offered ye?
I will take the cells and revive the other servants. Have peace at last.
I thank ye. Go, and leave me to oblivion at last.
Nature does not intend her creations to live past their allotted time. Certainly not this forgotten servant, tormented and then left for dead, but not dead. I wonder how this Master came to live such a life that he abandons much of it. The fault of ill-considered magic, no doubt. We shall see when we find him.
He's dead now? This pathetic creature.
I can't look away, Terri. I've seen death in our scuffles before, but here I did nothing but watch his life end. I can't look away. Death is not always to be feared, I guess. I would not wish to live like that. Death is pretty. Why would I think that? Oh, Terri, I've got to get out of this place. That you do. Let's have a look at our inventory.
Yeah.
We have nothing here, but
Very
let's go and look here. Now that cells have been removed from Rayliv's life support unit, he is beyond revival. There is nothing more that one can learn from his tortured soul. We have this, though, which is an activation stone. That's quite important if memory serves. Ooh, we have potions of extra healing and a sling. So we can finally give Jaheira a ranged weapon. Take this sling and these stones and use them well. I'm sure you eventually will. We'll also swap these around. There we go. We have this energy cell here, and any more energy cells?
Speak your mind.
We'll probably be using the energy cells soon enough. I believe they are... Ooh, is there something in here that we can grab? Nothing really important. I actually just checked that, didn't I? Yes, I did.
If you say
Let's go over here and activate these and have a conversation with them. Next time, for when we come back, folks, continued exploration through the first chapter of the game. The whole dungeon here is the first chapter. We will eventually get out of here. It is a relatively long dungeon.
Yeah.
We have only explored all of this, and there's, I think, a lot over here too. We'll be doing a lot more exploration before we're done. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.